What if the earth beneath your feet, the very island that fueled your deepest curiosities and whispered secrets of ancient lore, revealed a truth too profound to grasp? This is the story of David, an enthusiastic researcher who had always been fascinated by the unexplored. It was this thirst for discovery that brought him to a small, seemingly uninhabited island, rich with dense forests and rumored to hold secrets of the past. He had planned to study the island's unique flora, hopeful to uncover something remarkable. The island welcomed him with an eerie silence, broken only by the distant crash of waves against the shore. As he ventured deeper into the forest, the canopy above wove a thick tapestry, dimming the light to a twilight haze. David felt a shiver run down his spine, not from the chill, but from the growing sense of being watched. He pressed on, notebook in hand, oblivious to the fact that with every step, he moved further from the world he knew and closer to a discovery that would change his life. The strange noises started subtly, a rustle here, a whisper there, easy to dismiss as the wind or a small animal. But as he moved deeper into the forest, the noises grew louder, more distinct, and unmistakably human. Anxiety gripped him, a cold hand tightening around his heart. He realized he was not alone. The forest, he now understood, was home to a tribe, hidden from the outside world. David turned to leave, to forget he had ever found this place. But it was too late. They were upon him, emerging from the shadows with swift, silent movements that betrayed their familiarity with the terrain. Before he could react, David was surrounded, his escape cut off by figures that seemed to materialize from the very air. The tribe's intentions were clear from the sharpness of their spears and the sternness of their faces. They spoke in a language David couldn't understand, their words a melody that held no meaning for him. Panic set in as they escorted him through the forest, deeper into the heart of their hidden world. The village was unlike anything David had ever seen, a collection of huts woven from the forest itself, so well camouflaged they seemed to be a natural part of the landscape. The tribe brought him to the center of the village, where curious eyes watched him, their gazes filled with a mixture of suspicion and wonder. Days turned into nights, and David remained a prisoner, watched closely but not mistreated. He was given food and water, and though he was not bound, the circle of spears around the village was a clear message. Escape was impossible. At night, the sounds of the forest seemed to grow louder, a symphony of the unseen that played on his fears. He knew he had to escape, to return to the world he knew, to share the tale of his discovery, if he lived to tell it. The opportunity came on a night when the moon was hidden behind clouds so thick they seemed to swallow the stars. David, who had been observing the routines of the tribe, noticed a gap in the circle of guards, a brief moment when their vigilance waned. Heart pounding, he made his move, slipping into the shadows with a quietness he didn't know he possessed. The forest, once a place of scientific interest, now loomed over him like a labyrinth of nightmares. Every sound was the pursuit of the tribe, every shadow a spearman waiting to recapture him. Fear lent him speed, driving him through the underbrush with a desperate, wild hope of finding his way back. The journey back to the shore was a blur of panic and adrenaline. Branches tore at his clothes and skin, but David pushed forward, driven by the primal urge to survive. When he finally burst through the final barrier of foliage and onto the beach, the sight of his boat, still anchored where he had left it, was like a beacon of salvation. David didn't stop to catch his breath. He ran across the sand, plunged into the water, and didn't look back until he was safely aboard. As he set the boat into motion, distancing himself from the island, he saw figures emerge on the shore, watching him leave. In that moment, David realized the tribe had not pursued him into the water. Whether by choice or inability, they remained bound to the island, leaving him to carry away its secret. Back in the safety of his own world, David struggled with his experience. The memory of the tribe, their hidden lives entwined with the ancient forest, haunted him. He knew he had stumbled upon a secret meant to remain undiscovered, a society untouched by the outside world. The fear he had felt, the thrill of escape, It all blended into a story too unbelievable to share, yet too vivid to ignore. In the end, David chose to keep the secret of the hidden tribe, respecting their isolation and the untouched splendor of their world. His adventure remained his alone, a haunting reminder of the mysteries that lay hidden in the unexplored corners of the world, and of the fine line between the hunter and the hunted in the quest for discovery.